Tom Hammond, Elfie Schlegel at the Georgia Dome in Atlanta for the International Gymnastics Invitational. And on floor exercise, Mohini Bhardwaj of the United States. We told you her father is Indian. Her name means illusion in the Hindi language. Mohini faltering a bit on that last tumbling pass.
Tom, still 7 months before she has a chance to make the U.S. Olympic team. No question her move to Houston has really paid off. I think Alexandrov has really helped her in her tumbling, but she has to work on the landings.
And it seems to me she's really seized the opportunity to do well in a major international meet.
And Tom, this is her first major international competition, and competing in the Georgia Dome, it's really intimidating in this building, but of course she's getting great experience competing in the site of the Olympic Games. As I said, her tumbling needs to be worked on. She has some difficult skills, but she has to work on the landing. Now this particular tumbling pass, it's a blind landing, 2.5 twists. She was a little bit offside. One of the areas she really needs to improve on. That's a couple of tenths deduction right there.
And her score will reflect that deduction, 9.350.
Tom, you can imagine how intimidating it is to compete in a facility such as the Georgia Dome. But imagine here, one of the judges, one of the all-time greats, Nelly Kim, 76, silver medalist, to Nadia Comaneci. And judging over at the balance beam, another legend, Ludmila Teresheva, the only medalist in 3 consecutive Olympic Games.
Well, speaking of the balance beam, it is Svetlana Boginskaya's turn on the beam. And as we look over to that apparatus, we see no one there. There it is. There's the empty beam. And I guess that pretty much makes it official. Svetlana Boginskaya has withdrawn from the competition, as she told us earlier, a hamstring, a slight hamstring injury. And there she is with her sweatsuit on. So she has finished with the competition here in Atlanta. Next up, we'll see Elena Grosheva, the Russian, who will be ready for her floor exercise. And as we mentioned earlier, her coaches worried a bit about her focus.
Tom, her troubles continue. She forgot her floor music back home in Russia. So somebody has handed her some music, so she has to totally improvise with this routine. I don't know what you thought, Tom, but I thought she did a pretty good job with a piece of music she had never performed to before. She forgot her music in Russia, as we said. There was a meet in Hamilton, Ontario, prior to this competition in Atlanta. She was afraid to tell her coach that she had forgotten her music. I think she knew that Arkayev has had a close eye on her, because he has not been happy with her performances so far. You can see her checking if her foot went out of bounds or not. She stayed in bounds. Her tumbling was a little bit cautious, not quite as powerful as I've seen her perform. 2.5 twists, again, taking steps in and out of her tumbling moves. Those are deductions that add up.
9.662 is Elena's score. Well, one of the favorites for the all-round competition coming in had to be Elena Piskun, and she's been kind of quiet in the competition.
She is one of the quiet champions. She's never been really flashy, but she has a lot of difficult. I don't think the average person really appreciates all the skills that she throws in her routines, including this mount. Remember, she's dealing with a very, very severe injury, leg injury, which has hampered her performance throughout this competition. Interesting skill, a little bit of a wobble there, full twisting back handspring, but she does have one move on this beam that is absolutely out of this world. The skill I'm talking about is coming up right here. She's setting up for a full twist on the beam. Wow, that's great. Great move.
She's 17, approaching college age. She's been studying English for 7 years and would like to go to college in the U.S.
Big problems there. Now, a touch on the beam can almost be as devastating as a fall.